Okay, let me be clear to you. Here in the show, I've been doing this for like 2 years. We've been talking about all types of topics, like vandalism to school, it's like all kinds of topics, work, jobs, everything. But I never had to focus so much on TV shows. But then 1 month ago, there was this. I mean, the Schofields were on Dr. Phil like 7 years ago to talk about their child, Jamie, who has schizophrenia. Now, this was before Bodie was born. And Bodie at that time, I saw this episode on YouTube. I had to look at this episode and say, I don't think he has schizophrenia. I think he has autism by the way he moves. And on that episode, they're like giving him she's giving medications like Clozaril, all that kind of stuff. I mean, if you watch the episode, you listen to all kinds of medication that he was on, from Clozaril to all this kind of stuff. And before I turn on the camera, I reached out to their Facebook page and said, hey, I'm doing this video. I'm going to give you a break. If you want to talk to me about it, I'm going to be very much for email or statements. And this is what they have to say. They said, this page is not the one to show for. I was like, okay. That made me wonder, how do I contact them? I mean, they don't want to talk about it. Like, that leads me to believe. When I told them about this, that leads me to believe that they don't want to talk about it. I said, hi, my name is Jonathan Carter. I want to ask you. I want to ask you want to talk to me about what happened after you guys appeared 1 month at Dr. Phil. And I started talking about this. Do you want to give me your side? Email me, call me. I'll provide statements. Like I said, if you want to talk about this, you can send me an email, you can call me. Do whatever. You just do whatever. Send me a statement. For what I care. Just send me a telegram or whatever. I mean, I think after watching that clip, I think Jay does have schizophrenia. I mean, we're focusing in on Bodie. I mean, after watching 2 parts of this episode, I believe that Bodie does have autism. He's on the autism spectrum. And so am I. I'm on the autism spectrum also, but it's different. This is different because compared to him and me, I'm on the autism spectrum also. But if you watched my special from months ago, you would look at this and then say, you know what? You would compare me to Bodie. Don't compare me to Bodie. If you compare me and Bodie, you're actually comparing the mental health industry. And that's what she does. She made a whole YouTube channel videotaping Bodie in the shower, the toilet, everywhere. This clip of Dr. Phil's show got me my attention. I mean, I'm on the autism spectrum.
Chili's roofing, rural residential and commercial roofing. And professionals.
I mean, I have autism spectrum. I've been diagnosed with pervasive development disorder with speech delay. That's an autistic disorder. And before she leaves it, she has 180 some videos dedicated to talking about her Bodie. And watching this episode, I had to look at this very closely and say, you know what? I had to respect Michael's opinion. on what happened. I mean, he's right. They're not doctors. I mean, after he divorced them, after he divorced Susan, Susan got married to a guy to Corey. Since then, Corey's been like a father figure to them. I mean, I think before she got married, she started a YouTube channel. I think after she got married, she started a YouTube channel. I don't know. And for watching Bodie, I do believe he's on the autism spectrum. I mean, you can't speak in complete sentences, or I think you're on the autism spectrum, speech delay. I'd be sure to make that huge show compare me to him. If you put me on to compare me to Bodie, this is what I would say. I'm nothing compared to Bodie. I am different. And still, if Susan would have watched my story if she would have looked me up on Google, there would be more to me than meets the eye. I mean, I don't specifically hate this woman because she's like, I mean, I like this woman for a reason. Like, she's trying, like, what I hate about her is that she is exposing, like, she's like filming her son on the toilet and saying, I'm exposing the mental health care industry. But the question is, who is on the toilet, the mental health industry or your son? I do believe it was the son. That is wrong. That is wrong. I mean, you can't film somebody on the toilet and say, I'm exposing all of the industry for this. And I gotta say, if I expose my mom compared to milk, if I expose my mom in the toilet, she would tell me to delete the video. I would see, I mean, I saw Bodie through this. I mean, I know he has autism. I can see the way he moves. I mean, Mercury, I mean, autism is figured with Mercury and stuff like that. I mean, I'm different. You can't take an innocent, loving little boy, film him on the toilet, and then go, I'm exposing him to the healthcare industry. And then she goes on Dr. Phil saying, where are all the psychiatrists and all that kind of stuff? I mean, they're in hiding. If I had a child that size, I would just go to my mother. She's a nurse. My mom's a nurse. And what I can tell is, years ago I was diagnosed I was on the autism spectrum years ago, but I did not act like what Bodie did. I was a normal human being. And before talking complete sentences, I was almost like to the point of using sign language. And after watching two of Susan's videos from YouTube, I had to guess that it could be abuse or something like that because I gotta be honest, I'm with Michael on this one. I mean, that's hero Michael State. I had to be with him on this one because, for one, you can't throw someone in the toilet. Two, it's disgusting. I mean, after looking at these comments, like, that's abuse. I mean, she's got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos. Like, she's making ad revenue for all this because of her son and exposing him to the healthcare industry. And plus, not only that, she's also linking that to school shootings. But she's like, well, that's why you got Sandy Hook and Columbine. With schizophrenics, they like, this is true. Like, if a schizophrenic goes out and buys a gun and says that they tell like one or more people that they're gonna go do a mass shooting at a school or something. I mean, we talked about a school shooting early last year. Then we got Columbine, Sandy Hook, all that kind of stuff. And if we were to look up school shootings in 2019, on Google, and then click on news, like this one from the Washington Post. We're going to get into that later. But still, we're focusing more on Bodie. I mean, this is the example. She's filming him on the freaking toilet. And then say, okay, I'll post this to YouTube and say, hey, nothing's going to happen. I mean, that is unacceptable. You don't film someone on the freaking toilet. And it's saying, this is exposing milk of the healthcare industry. That's like if I were to have a camera and film myself taking a shit in the sink or in the urinal, and then post it, and my mom would see that, she would tell me straight away to delete it. I would not, if it gets like billions of views, and mom saw it, she'd be like, delete it. Like that. There is no pass and go. There is no $200. I mean, look at these comments. Crazy one, 4 kids. Crazy woman, stop filming. I hate this woman because of what she's done to her son. She's got him on 20-something medications. I mean, Closwell was a black labeled drug for something for people who have schizophrenia, like a last resort. And if someone is on different medications, that they can have seizures. Didn't you look up the side effects of these medications before? I mean, seriously, that was a black label drug, and if you saw that interview, I mean, let me pull you up a clip.
Proxy, stop filming. This is very poor kids, barely conscious, sad, crazy woman, over-medicated, sick, abuse. I mean, this is just a sample of the best. These are just words.
You said he ate. He did not. All of this. Then what about the doctor?
And 50 doctors.
I mean, she went to 50 doctors. She had 3 doctors who said it was schizophrenia or autism. I mean, you can't. If you were to compare schizophrenia to autism, I mean, you look up schizophrenia linked to autism, you would find a study. I mean, you look up a medical use today from 2012 and ask yourself, are schizophrenia and autism related? I mean, you link them to that's like equal to bipolar. And she was 50 doctors, and some of them are 3, lead doctors. One doctor was trained for 3. That is 4 doctors told. The 3 different doctors. I mean, she's not going to all 50 doctors. You would have to understand, if you were to go through 50 doctors, like, I'm going to get 50 opinions. Like, if I was going to beat a game, I would go to one walkthrough. I would go through 50 walkthroughs on like different channels. It'd be a waste of time.
You've got one that said schizophrenia,
Actually,
which was the last one.
no, there were two outpatient psychiatrists, one.
Outpatient psychiatrists, 2. 2 were outpatient psychiatrists.
And, I don't know if I'm names or not.
And if we didn't hear the names of these doctors, then
Really, you know.
I think the chapter in you were there. Who is it? Was diagnosed with autism.
and then in this next segment, she's comparing Adam Lanza. I mean, who the hell is Adam Lanza? I mean, he was diagnosed with autism. I mean, you would compare Adam Lanza to her son. That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. If you compare me to Bodie, that is unacceptable. I would be offended. I mean, if she was exposing Malcolm, she exposed Malcolm to industry, and now she's exposing autism. She needs to do her homework before she goes on a crusade, like Dr. Phil said. She needs to do her homework before she needs to study more about autism and schizophrenia.
That worked out great, but he was not given recommendations or anything. I did not say that, Bernie. I did not say that.
And she said, "Ooh, I didn't say that."
He was clearly
I see it in her voice, in her eyes.
The mental health care system is doctors who give the blank autism diagnosis. That's all they do. And we're showing that's a mixture of both. Well, several diagnoses.
Talking to.
This ain't in the bag. She's like talking to the audience. This ain't Maury, Jerry Springer, Ron, Steve Wilkos. This ain't a talk show. She was on Dr. Phil. This ain't a debate.
So I want someone that can.
She was on the White House lawn because he had all of these great doctors that are hiding. You know what else?
Let me finish.
Oh, this doctor, I've trained him from him. Fellows, even a psychologist friend of mine, he reached to make him seem like that.
I mean, this psychologist was a friend of Susan. I mean, if you listen to this thing, you would look at this and then go, "Oh, I trained under this doctor, that doctor." I mean, they've seen Bodie.
And with a doctor that he knows and doctor to the look at all the reports that, oh, this doctor.
Drug. It is a black gentleman. Said that that's a.
The reality of it.
Okay, let me say, you're talking about clozapine here or clozaril here.
I mean, let's look at clozapine. So we're looking at the side effects. I mean, seriously, the side effects of clozapine. You have to do your homework before you put your doctors have to do their homework. I mean, if you want to put your child on a medication, you have to do your homework before you put your child against. Before if your child is schizophrenia, you want to try this medication, you have to do your homework before you put on medication. I mean, clozapine, antidepressant medication used to treat severe schizophrenia symptoms. I mean, the side effects are constipation, drooling, sleep problems, increased sweating, waking, dry mouth, blurred vision, drowsiness, dizziness, spinning sensation, headache, or shaking tremor. That is all these side effects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 11 side effects. These are the effects. I mean, Dr. Phil says this is a black label drug. I agree. And look at the definition of it. It's a medication that used to treat severe schizophrenia symptoms who have not responded to other medications. It's something to reduce the risk of suicidal behavior. I mean, what if you gave that to a child, they would go through side effects.
You understand that that's a black label drug that is given only as a last resort with schizophrenics that do not respond to any of the other medications. And you have to have blood work.
That's right.
Like every week or 10 days, and not every psychiatrist can even give this because it's such a potent drug. It is a last ditch effort to try and control the delusions, hallucinations.
So we have two stories. One side said he was in a straight jacket. The other side said he wasn't. Whose side do we believe? None. Because they're sitting there going back and forth, 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 back and forth. Put a timeout sign on there. Put him backstage. We don't need to hear any more of this. Speak individually so that one person can listen to the other person, and then they got to wait until they're done. No interruption there. You have to wait until the other person's done.
By the way, he's not going crazy, as you call it. Upstairs, he's just fine right now. He's just being fine. He's just sitting around.
I mean, if you took an autistic child off medication, then he would go berserk. I mean, like, I'm on medication. If I start taking medication, look at this. I mean, we're not even going to go there. That's 30 minutes a day. I just want to come. When we come back, we're still going to look at this story from like a month ago, and then later we're going to look at another school shooting that happened. I mean, still, I haven't even heard from them ever since I started filming. Can we get to the bottom of this mystery? We're going to find out after the break. Okay, so for those of you that is flowing onto YouTube and go, what the hell is this? Or what the hell am I watching? Why am I watching this kid? We're talking about 1 month after the Schofield, after Susan, Michael, and Corey were on Dr. Phil. Believe it or not, this was 1 month after they were on Dr. Phil. I mean, these two were on. Corey wasn't even in the picture in 2012. I mean, this was 7 years ago. These two were on Dr. Phil to talk about their daughter who was on schizophrenia. And if you saw that episode, you would understand what schizophrenia is all about. And now they were coming back here to talk about their son, Bodie. And this statement that Michael, I have to agree. You both aren't doctors. If they were doctors, they'd be heroes. Town hero. I think what happened. Town hero, they'd be doctors. You gotta go to medical school for this kind of crap. And putting their children on the internet to say you're like medical school students, that's a load of crap. That's a load of crap. That's right. And they have. And so, a YouTube clip that I saw on this episode was like,
Susan called it the Jesus fans alone. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and she is questioning Bodie about his fans. Take a look.
and she's like questioning, do you need medication, yes or no? And she's like, I'm not going to go on into it because that's a seizure right there. You don't ask a seizure child if he needs medication because he knows He can't even speak because of the medication he's on. You can't perform a diagnosis on this. I mean, let's go to the next video. Like, he can't sleep because of his medicine.
Okay, now, I'm sorry, but you're asking this child, who, by the way, I think was having a transient seizure in the first part
She's like asking, you want to go over to letters of the alphabet? You want to do this? You want to do that? Without medication.
of that conversation. And you're asking him, I want to know if
You
you
need
need
medication,
medication,
and if so, what?
which one? And in the same
Medication,
conversation,
like, you want to go over the letters of the alphabet.
you're saying, okay, do you want to go through the letters of the alphabet?
No, he brought that up to me.
I understand.
It's a blanket
I mean, I understand. I mean, she's like, oh, the fun ideas, and you're not seeing this. I mean,
I'm surprised you can't see this.
don't you dare roast Dr. Phil. He is trained. He's been doing this like 45 years.
What I can see is that you're dealing with a child that has a flight of ideas and is wanting to talk about the letters of the alphabet, and in the same conversation, you're talking to him about whether he needs medication or not, and which medication he needs. He has declared. And finally, well, take a look at this.
Tell me more.
Wow, it's causing really difficult. Are you kidding me?
No, no, I'm not. It's one thing to understand what happens when children who are not medicated.
Whoa! That's not. She compared her son. She's looking at the school shootings, Columbine, Sandy Hook, wherever. You don't link your child to a school shooting. Have mercy.
Medication was working or not.
He has declared that he just that was mental. There's a problem with the mental health system that is being ignored, and it's all the way through.
I want to talk about the system. I want to talk about your situation. And I'm telling
Oh, I'm
you,
not talking about a sister. You need to listen to what Dr. Phil has to say. If you want to be on Dr. Phil, you need to listen to what he has to say and not go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, talking about the industry, talking about this and that, talking about other things. You need to listen. You need to hear what he has to say. And also, you need to follow his orders.
in my opinion, you are not competent to make a decision about what medications to take. You two are competent to make decisions about what medication he needs and when he needs it. And certainly,
An 11-year-old child
that is either schizophrenic
schizophrenic or is on the autism spectrum. I think he's on the autism spectrum. He is not schizophrenic.
or on the autism spectrum is not competent to make a decision about whether he needs clozapine, Depakote, Dorothy, discuss another damn thing until somebody answers my question.
One second, I'm not going to discuss another damn thing. The 50 doctors thing, yada, yada, yada. I'm not dealing with this kind of crap. One doctor. You don't need 50-some opinions about whether he has autism or schizophrenia, whether a child has autism or schizophrenia.
Why isn't it a trailer? Because I can't be that show. I'm not seeing you or your child and you don't shut down your YouTube channel.
I mean, seriously. If I saw this child and she was still posting videos on the internet, this is what would happen. I would say, you know what? I'm not seeing your child until you shut down your channel. Period. It's wrong. I mean, in part 2, Dr. Schofield's asking her who's on the toilet in the mental health system or your son. Her son is on the freaking toilet. Why don't you put her in the mental health industry on the freaking toilet? Have you ever time watched part 2? The buttons in my system are pushed. She's not out of the way. And she's like, oh, in part 2, she's like, oh, you're for 2-week period. You don't get to determine whether he needs a 2-week period, 1-week period, 4-week period, whatever. They need to do a diagnosis and they got to do an evaluation. And then towards the end, she's like, can he be for like a 2-week period? You don't get to determine about whether he needs like a 2-week period or 2-week treatment or. So if they're going to get involved, the mother has to get out of the way. And then towards the end, she's like, wait, bye. And then they come back out, and then towards the end, before they walk out, she's like, no, I'm not letting my child. Who's on the toilet? That's why I hate this woman, because she's exposing the mental health care industry. And she attacked Dr. Phil and the doctors all because she's in the doctor's face. She attacks all doctors. She attacked Dr. Phil. I'm surprised she didn't even get in Dr. Phil's face, for that matter. If she was in his face, then this is what would happen. You don't get to determine that. You don't get to determine if he needs to be in like 2-week treatment or 4-week treatment or whatever. They need to do an evaluation about what he's on. I mean, that is wrong. You don't put your children on the internet and say, you're linking that to school shootings. The homeless people, leave your children out. If you want to be a person again, knock yourself out. You want to help out knock yourself out. I mean, you're like, okay, we're gonna shut down, and then we're going to follow doctor's orders. And this is the issue. And then during this episode, I find this appalling.
You want Marty on exactly the same medication that Jenny has been on for 7 days. Now, commonsensically, that might, you'd say, hey, work here, I'll try here. But I would understand, but if something needs to happen in this family, I'll try and talk about that when we come back. Corey is here.
Well, she didn't say she was letting her doctors because she is in their face all the time. You don't get in the doctors' faces.
There's a tell
parents, they're sitting there talking. The child is dying. I mean, you're sitting there going back and forth, back and forth. When you realize that your child is dying. You don't get to determine. You're not a doctor. You don't just say, okay, can you hear me two weeks here? You don't get to determine. You need to get out of the way and be a mother. Okay, again, who was on the toilet in the middle of the street? Well, your son. Their son is on the middle, is on the toilet. I mean, if you're sitting, he's right. He's still their father. He respects the passion. She needs to do the same.
So if this YouTube channel stays up, that's a non-starter for me. That has to come down and stay down.
And then listen to her answer. Nope. If Dr. Phil shut my YouTube channel and I said no, then that's it. And she's like, and I'm just saying, yes, Dr. Phil, I will shut down my YouTube channel. And I will get the help. If Dr. Phil says, you need to shut down your YouTube channel, I would say, yes, Dr. Phil. If Dr. Phil asks me, hey, will you shut down your YouTube channel? I would say, yes, Dr. Phil, I will shut down my YouTube channel. And she's like going, nope. And towards the end, she's like going, well, this would be the answer was no because there's all these massacres.
Talk about intention. I'm not trying to put a bad intention on you. Not intention. Because I think this YouTube, it's a non-starter.
To me, the answer was no. She's not Donald Trump. She's like saying, oh, there's all these massacres going on. You need to do your homework before you start a crusade on your own. That's why I hate for her, because she's exploding out in the health industry. I mean,
Population, specifically the schizophrenic population, is less violent than the general population overall. So if you identify all of the schizophrenics in the world and put them on a screen where they can't buy guns, you will not reduce the amount of people that go out and shoot people because they are less violent. Who will and who will not shoot them before they do it?
I mean, seriously, that's enough about them. We are not. I mean, mean, seriously, that's enough. I'm not dealing with this kind of crap anymore. I mean, she said she's going to shut down human channel, she's going to do this and that. I don't believe that. I think she's going to create another human channel. I think she's going to do the same shit again. I don't think so. I think she's going to be like, okay, I'm going to do this. And look at this. Back in March 8th, Jenny voted 1 month ago. Jenny voted to remove Susan and Cody's custody. And I mean, detox and medical supervision. They're safe, and they're happy. I mean, seriously. You can't have me reduce the schizophrenic population we're going on by goods. I'm not doing this kind of crap. We're moving on to the next story when we come back. I'm moving on to the next story. I'm not dealing with this kind of crap. She's saying exposed the ML account on the street and comparing her children to school shootings. We're done with this. They won't respond. They won't even talk to me unless I get an email from them saying, okay, we'll talk to them. Say, hey, we'll talk to this guy. And now this is another school shooting that happened just minutes ago. Francis George County School in lockdown as police investigate shooting. There was actually a school shooting. Drewville Middle School and High School was on a lockdown after 2:30 before 4 p.m. There was a shooting that happened. Two people outside a home on the 52 block terrace. We're going to look at the shooter. And there was also a school shooting in Brazil. You need to stop comparing your children to school shootings and compare it to outcomes on the street. It is unacceptable and it's wrong. And I'm having this kind of crap. I mean, I've been doing this for 2 years. I've been doing this kind of stuff like almost like 2.25 years. And looking at this kind of stuff, I mean, seriously, vandalism, I mean, that's not zero tolerance. And this is 3 hours ago. Riverside High School is vandalized for graffiti. Graffiti is wrong. I mean, this is vandalism we're talking about. Destruction of school property. You could be arrested. The district can decide to press charges on this. I mean, this is my biggest topic ever. The police can be called, and then police can be called, and also they can investigate. Okay, we're out of time. I'm not dealing with this kind of crap. Next time we're going to talk about, I don't know. I've got so much shit to do. Until next time, we're going to cut.